ya kukulia mokulyo kana ya wosa ni mbunge ni Umunthi ni ya minukile seso ya midenya ina ya kumakulia mokulyo ala Oloote tokutwika Maminista vandi ya Kenya vala Umunthi andu atano makulwa mokulyo ala makulwa mokulyo ni Alfred Mutua ula Oloote kutwika Minister mvyani wa uthukumi Ali Hassan Joho ula Oloote mvyani wa wenzi wa mavya malatu na udhui wa ukangani Wycliffe Oparanya wa kanama vya sala la mande na kuyana na ngwati niwasi yake utandivya vamwe na Justin Muturi wa uthukumi wa mwenendi na Stella Langatu wa Sirio na Mivai anini kanambe wanza maisu Ali Hassan Joho ni waweta ni wendini wa mutiani wake wa KCSE akwati grand ya D- indi kiuki musiye ya kuvikia ndoto siyake balanake Wycliffe Oparanya inene ambe wanza maisu ya mbunge waweta kana kinando cha Hasla Fund chambiwe batena wala niwa mwedianu na inge chambiwe ovadhukanu na mea na ke Alfred Mutua inene ambe wanza mahi ya mbunge yesu aweta udhukumi wake niwe yona netia na muna ivindani lawe governor wakaundi ya Masako na ane asumi Oloote kutwika Maminista makulwa mokulyo ninza maisu ya mbunge matanyani wa Umunthi.
Mr. Speaker, I want to ask the nominee two questions. The first one, Mr. Speaker, just to add to what the majority leaders ask, this issue of the education background. Mr. Speaker, I think the nominee needs to, he has alluded to that now he's in the Kennedy School of Government at Harvard. We want to ask him to clear this matter because this matter, it comes up during elections and goes down after elections. It comes up during elections, goes away after elections, you win the election. We want to slay that ghost today here. Can you share with us from the beginning to the end how?
I want Kenyans to know that historical struggles are real. Someone should never imagine for a minute that if they come from places or spaces of comfort, that there may be a level playing field for everyone. Some of us come from very poor background. Mr. Speaker, if you look at my CV, you will see I actually had to take a break for 1 year, transiting from primary into secondary. Why did I do that? Because simply my parents couldn't afford school fees. I was not living in an environment that allowed me that opportunity to be able to quickly prosper in matters of education. That is why, Mr. Speaker, I can tell this committee today, and I want many Kenyans to listen to me, do not ever imagine your hope dies by your previous struggles. We suffered. But what gives me pride is that we could turn that around. I actually turned it around. When I found the slightest opportunity for self-improvement, which I believe is a continual process, I grabbed it. And I'm glad to the laws of the country, laws of the land, there are processes that allows someone to improve and progress in matters of education. So yes, I did not do well in my secondary school. I got a D-, no doubt. But Mr. Speaker, I turned that around. Today, as I sit here, I hold 2 degrees that are before you. Mr. Speaker, I am on my pathway to attain a master's degree from the most prestigious university in the world. And that is achieved by determination. Mr. Speaker, I want to tell Junet, Honorable Junet, that first let me begin by telling Honorable Kimani Ichung'wah. Kimani Ichung'wah, I contributed to my own school fees in secondary school. I had an understanding at that time with my principal that he released me earlier than any other student because I needed to go work. And I did. And I contributed. At that point, what was my priority? To conclude KCSE. And I knew deep in my mind that I will always in my life have a chance to further pursue and acquire more knowledge. And like I said, I would have been very surprised if this question did not come up, because it comes up every time there's an opportunity for me to do something.
The famous, and unfortunately me and you are on the same line, before elections and after elections, until now we are found together in this place. How will you handle Hustler Fund? It's in that ministry. What do you think you will do? And you know the way we oppose it very well, me and you, on the streets.
Until the end. If you are confirmed to take up this docket, what will you do then to have a better system to manage this fund and avoid leakages and losses?
First thing I should admit here that the intention was very good, because this fund was supposed to address market failures at the lowest level, lowest pyramid. That person, even leave Mama Mboka, leave Boda Boda, the person below, even those people, the person who could not even afford 500 shillings. So it was supposed to address that. You borrow the money, and then you repay. When you repay, you get a credit score. So after that, then if you have borrowed like 500, you have refunded. You can now borrow 1,000 and you refund. In that process, your score improves. So you can continue borrowing until those who are borrowing properly, now they can borrow up to 1 million shillings. So the intention was good, but unfortunately, there was no legal framework. So if you approved my nomination, the first thing I would do is to make sure that there is a proper legal framework. There is a board has just been put in, but there is no even staff. So to ensure that there is staff that will manage this particular fund properly.
Why are you giggling?
Or politics of Ukabani. It's like build the People's Park, the ambulances, and there was a big opposition. And because I was talking and doing things that they only see in movies, they even started calling me Mutua Cinema, because they only see it in movies. And the people of Machakos were so happy, regardless of their campaigning against me, that they re-elected me for a second term. Very, very successful. And I beat them hands down, actually. And so I would challenge, Mr. Speaker, the people of Machakos who benefited. In actual fact, Mr. Speaker, there's a small problem happening in Machakos right now, and that is that I was approached by the officer in charge of registration when I was completing my term, and said that there's going to be a problem because a lot of children being born in Machakos are now called Alfred Mutua. But I said they are not mine. And they said it's because most of them now are born in ambulances.